Nagaland School Education and SCERT advisor Dr. Kekhrielhoulie Yhome announced that Nagaland will be implementing early childhood care and education (ECCE) curriculum in all the government schools from academic calendar 2024. He made this announcement during the valedictory program of the 5-day training, capacity building, of district master trainers in Nagaland ECCE curriculum and foundational literacy in numeracy, FLN, at Mount Tabor Retreat Centre, Kohima on March 2. The National Education Policy 2020 emphasizes the significance of providing a strong foundation in the early years of a child's life through global access to quality ECCE, focusing on the age group of 3 to 6 years. The National Education Policy promotes a shift towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary curriculum, moving away from rote learning and promoting critical thinking, creativity and problem-solving skills. It introduces a 5+3+3+4 curricular structure, substituting the previous 10+2 system. Dr. Yhome also released Nagaland's ECCE Curriculum Handbook for Teachers Part C. Earlier, Limasangla, CDPO Aboy, Mon from Department of Social Welfare, Puchai PM, Tot EBRC No Clark and Inashe Sumi, head teacher GMS Tishi Valley, Zunhabato shared the learning experiences from the training. The program was chaired by Dr. Bijano Mari, Joint Mission Director, Samagra Siksha Nagaland.
So he will also be releasing the Nagaland ECCE Curriculum Handbook for Teachers, Part C. As we all know, Part A and B was released, I think, last year. And so this Part C has been pending, and today he will be releasing this Part C handbook.
State, although a very small state, we were one of the first, and also which was also acknowledged by the 18 NCERT convention in the development of our curriculum for early childhood. So I must appreciate the early childhood team at SCERT. There used to be 6 of them. One has gone for maternity leave, another one is on another leave. So I want to congratulate them, and also I take this moment for coming out with a very extensive India as a country, we all know, under the leadership of Modi ji also at the leadership of our minister, who is a very seasoned leader. He has been 2 times arrested. We compare the development of India's what we call global presence in education along with many other developing countries. And what we are also seeing is that everything is based on OECD model. So the European model is used as the parameter to define, and this is something which has been put in across the Delhi also, which is unfair because if you look at the developing countries, we need to set our own parameter. And if you look at the developing countries, I think India, especially with the new NEP 2020 also, but overall as a very big country, we are able to do a lot, and we are able to not only with education technology in our R&D also, in our multilateral approach to education, the different literacies. Some are new to a poor country like India, but I think we are doing well. So as a global leader amongst developing countries, we are doing well. And if you compare with a small state like Nagaland, I think the enthusiasm we have, although language diversity, the geographical challenges which we have, and the amount of schools we have for our people, it's huge to maintain, but we are doing quite well. So these are some of the challenges which we have. So we all know that department has our own issues, our own problems. Last year we had a convergence meeting with some departments, including social welfare. So I'm so happy that all these convergences are taking place. So as we plan to introduce this early childhood curriculum to our school children, to our children next year, which we have taken a decision, I'm so happy that the preparation is already midway. It's early to start. It's quite good to hear that we have started early. So the question of who are the unknown children, see, they're all part of our system. They are all part of our system. So earlier we like to think that we are dealing with different people, but we are all working for the same target. So I'm so happy that we are today working like this as a team. In terms of administration, the school division, we have 46 blocks. RD, they will have different blocks. Social welfare also, you will have, I think, 72 CDPO blocks, right? 60? 60. So convergences in terms of even health sector also. Health sector, they have their different blocks. So we need to do a new delimitation of our administrative zone so that the confluences, so that we can integrate all this together. In our department, between the age of employees between 21 to 30, it is a little above 4% of our total employees. Between 31 to 40 years of age, we have about 41% of our employees. So today, I'm led to believe that as we prepare, we are also having our own anxieties because we don't have a young workforce, but we have people who are in their mid-career, who are capable. So we are happy that many of you are drawn from this, what we call 31 to 40 years of age. So we have a very vibrant trainers amongst us. Collectively, you will be going to your own blocks and training people again. And so in the process, we expect to train around 5,000 teachers all over the state. I keep repeating this. Every year as teachers, when metric results are announced, the directorate officials also, as well as all the teachers, we hung our head in shame because matriculation results, some are good, but in most cases, nil results, nil pass out. So as I moved around different schools and observed, we see that the number of students in class 9 being the bottleneck. The amount of students we have in class 9 is very huge. So I've been telling all the teachers, please be kinder to these class 9 students because many of them will drop out from class 9. So overall, all over India, the dropout percentage is the highest in Nagaland. Of course, language diversity being one, and there are so many other factors, but we cannot use the success of metric as a parameter to measure whatever it is. So I'm so happy because this new edgy technology in education, we need to now start planning. See, so I keep telling people, why should we be ashamed? From class 9, class 10, there is no need to pull your ears anymore. What can we do? We need not be ashamed because we cannot change because we have to start from the early childhood. So I'm so happy that many changes which will come in Nagaland will take place maybe after 15, 20 years. But I'm so happy that today we are doing the necessary process of doing the right thing. And I'm so happy that today we have a wide spectrum of people amongst us. And I'm sure that your training is good. I know it is, as teachers, we always remind ourselves that we keep ourselves abreast with what is developing. We had meetings also saying that with different sectors engaged in education now, there are too many trainings happening. So we are trying to what we call streamline our trainings. The Nectar, the Samagra, the SCERT, as well as sometimes even the Departmental School Education. We have our own training, so we plan to do all these things. So a retreat like this, it helps us to think afresh as we prepare to take on new challenges. We all need to collectively work together. We know only education can set our people free, and for many of us, which is a young society, we are all invested in education. So the amount of happiness, the amount of resources which are put into investing our children, it is all of us. included, but whether you are rich, poor, whether you are here or there, everybody is invested in their children's education. And this is one of the biggest, largest sector in Nagaland. So we have also realized that rural economy, rural poverty is also linked with our government schools' inability to put up proper teachers in the schools. So we are trying to rationalize things. It takes time. So we also know the difficulty in the challenges which you all face on a daily basis. Like for example, we do not have staff quarters in the village. We leave it to you. You go, you struggle all the way. You understand all those pain also. And amongst the teachers also, we realize that some are regular, some are on projects. So we have 4 layers of teachers also. So we also realize that the kind of dignity associated with teaching, when it comes to emoluments and so on, are all interconnected. So we want to bring about equal dignity, and primary school teachers being the major chunk. We feel that the kind of dignity they have compared to the other graduate teachers and postgraduate teachers, we need to keep each other at par. We always say that for a principal of a school or a headmaster or headmistress of a school, but the way we treat a primary school, you see, we call them teacher in charge. You see, they need to have their own dignity. By the way, head of institution like their counterparts. So professional growth among teachers, we need to redefine, we need to incentivize many things. So it's a slow process, but we are beginning to discover that the joy of educating, the joy of bringing up the young of a society are all dependent on you. Everywhere you go across the state, you will find that being a predominantly Christian state. The kind of investment the community put across in building their churches. The most spectacular building, the huge, the most gigantic building in the village is usually the church. These are like, in terms of 5-6 crores. So even the poorest of the poorest village, they are so invested in building the church building, you see. And they're not able to think for their children, you see. They see that education is something which everyone is invested, but we are not able to think afresh. So as leaders, you're all going to go into your own way. I know that all of you, I encourage all of you to be innovative. You deal with the community, you deal with the public more than I do. So as you go back to your own respective place, I want you to also think and come out with innovative ideas. Today, you have all gathered here and you have all experimented on things. But as you go about, we would like to hear experiences from every corner. Please do not hesitate to get in touch with us, either in the form of a mail or a message or whatever. But please let us use this opportunity, because as we also gamble with new experiences, gamble with new approaches to education, we need to be innovative, and we should be open to. So I'm so happy that today we are able to launch the part A and B of our C section. As I said, we are also, as a small state, able to foster a lot of all these developments, which was appreciated even at the national level. So I thank all of you, and I also thank you for inviting me for today's program to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and suggestions. We are always grateful to sir, your constant support towards all our programs, and no matter how big or small the gathering is, he's always willing to come and encourage us and motivate us, and we are really grateful to you. Thank you so much, sir, once again. I will now hand over the time to Kelika, Deputy Mission Director and Program Coordinator Samagra to present the summary of the training and administering of the pledge, and he will wind up this valedictory session.
Give the brief summary of our 5 days capacity building program that we're having from 27th February till today, as we'll be winding very shortly. We have a total number of 87 participants from the school education, comprises of 52 52 trainers of teachers from EBRCs, 35 head teachers, the teacher in charge from GPS and GMS because of the shortfall of TOTs you have been called, and all of you have responded very positively. So I must appreciate all of you for turning up for the training and for showing your willingness to go and train our teachers in the EBRCs. And I must also appreciate your commitment, your willingness when you are called to serve the department. We also have 10 CPPOs and project officers from the social welfare, so that makes 97 participants altogether. Then we have 10 dedicated state resource persons from SCERT who have done so much of ground preparation, way ahead of this training session. In fact, a year back or even beyond that, they have been preparing to have this training, and they have given a lot of time and a wonderful session for all of us to enjoy. We also have 3 resource persons, from the Change In Foundation New Delhi, who are based in Kohima, who have helped our state in developing worksheets for class 1 and class 1, class 2, and class 3 for literacy and numeracy, which we'll be providing to our students very shortly. I, Mr. Kekhrielhoulie, with great pride and satisfaction, call myself a teacher. I pledge my dedication to my vocation. I pledge to make full use of my skills and talents to offer the best instruction of which I am capable. I promise never to stop learning, for a teacher should always be a learner too. When I make a mistake, I promise to correct it and learn from it. I will exercise patience and tolerance, and I will foster a supportive environment to all my learners. I will offer the instruction my students deserve. I pledge to make learning come alive and give experiences they will never forget. I believe I am here for a reason. And my purpose is greater than my challenges. With vision, hope, and faith, I will never give up. And will always find ways to make a difference. I pledge that from today and every day, as a teacher, I will make a positive impact on my students and on my school. So help me God. Grant me the stamina and strength to continue the work that you have called me to. Thank you. Please be seated.
I would like to take this privilege to thank Samartha Shiksha and SCERT for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this 5 days training program. We are indeed fortunate to be part of this training program, and we have learned, and we are now more acute. And then we feel that after this training, we are more clear on the concept of the various components of ECCE. During the training, especially during the group discussion and interaction, we were able to interact with participants from our own districts as well as from different districts. So this training program was more of a learning process for us, and we not only learned from our resource persons, but we also learned from each other. During the group discussion, during the role plays, during so many other activities that we have done, we enjoyed. This training was educative, it was informative, it was fun, and at the same time we learned from each other. And I would also like to thank our resource person. Your dedication and your commitment to this training was unmatched. One incident which I will never forget, even after leaving this training, your dedication to make us learn. Yesterday during one incident, we were short of time and we were, we had no time for a tea break. And suddenly we saw all our officers, with our deputy director of Samarka Shiksha and all our resource persons serving us tea. So that touched us, and that gesture of yours and that dedication will be in our hearts forever. Lastly, I would like to say that once this training is over, we from the Social Welfare Department, we will be submitting a report, and we will apprise our senior officers in the directorate, and so that further implementation can be taken forward. And as block officers in our respective blocks, as well as in the grassroots level, we will try our utmost best, to disseminate whatever we have learned from here. Thank you so much once again.
Say thank you and appreciate, led by our honorable advisor, this kind of holistic approach of new curriculum. We are the most fortunate to receive the first-hand information, to play the role as the responsible duties at the ground level. So I don't want to repeat the former words which has been said, so I would like to say that now it is our responsibility to go ahead with which we have to take back and carry ahead. So this will bring back the fruits that which really taken place today. So I would like to thank our resource persons and also the our deputy mission director, the team leader who's dynamic and energetic leader. She has been constantly supporting us, in day out and day in. And I would like to say thank you to our SCERT members and the resource persons for constantly supporting us, without any direct. So we expect the same thing in the next, when it comes out, this part A, B we have done. Now part C we are waiting for that. So we will get it for what the same, even in the days to come. Thank you so much.
Some of our teachers and head teachers there, we have some discussion and we have some requests to the department. So in order for this program to succeed, I think we need some kind of follow-up or refreshing course in the block level. The program is very nice. So it's going to change our society, especially in our education system. So I think the follow-up or the refreshing course will be very, very much needed in the near future.